Hello everyone, I am Rikita. So let's start. Welcome to Unit 2 Control and Coordination MYP 4. So in this lesson, we will explore nerves and nerve transmission. How nerve transmission take place? Before going to start, let's introduce our major topic nerves and nerve transmission, understanding nerve type and synapse, and neurotransmission, and something about neurotransmitter. What are the nerves? In previous session, we clearly discussed amazing topic about neuron. We see the structure of the neuron, the type of the neuron, what is the function of the neuron. Basically, neuron is the fundamental and basic unit of the brain. In this session, we will learn how one nerve connected with another nerve and how neurotransmitter help in nerve impulse. Let's start. So nerves are the bundle of axon, nerve fiber, basically the difference between a neuron and a nerve. So nerves is a group or bunch of many neuron. So nerves are bundle of axon, nerve fiber that transmit electrical signal. They connect the brain spinal cord to the rest of the body. Look the figure and diagram of a single neuron. So it's consists of the dendrite, the branchy part of the neuron, nucleus, cell body, or called soma, also called soma, axon. The thread-like structure arise from cell body, axon, and the covering around it, that is myelin sheath. The gap between the two, myelin sheath, node of Ranvier, and the last terminal portion of the neuron is axon buttons and axon terminal. Okay, let's do question. What are the nerves made of? So basically nerves is a made up of bunch of axon. Come on the next topic, types of neurons. So there are three kind of neuron. First is sensory nerve and motor nerve and mixed nerve. In previous session, we deal about sensory neuron, motor neuron, mixed neuron. In this session, we will learn about nerves. So nerves are three major types, same thing, sensory, motor and mixed. So sensory carries signals from sense organ and sends to brain and spinal cord in case of reflex action. Motor nerves carry signal from brain and spinal and sends to muscle and effector organ. Effector may be muscle, it may be gland, etc. Mixed nerve contain both sensory and motor neuron. It's a link. It sets a linkage between sensory and motor kind of nerves. Let's look the image sensory, relay and motor. Which nerve carries messages to muscles? So guess what is its answer? Which nerve carry message to muscles? So it's motor. Come on, the next amazing topic, synapse. Yes, so basically a synapse is a gap between two neurons. So one neuron connected with another neuron and the gap is called synapse. So a synapse is a small gap between two neurons where signals are passed chemically. Very important, chemically. Come on, another thing. The signal change from electrical to chemical and back to electrical. So how the signal is travel from one neuron to another in two pathway. First is electrical pathway. Second is chemical pathway. Both happens alternately. First one is electrical, then chemical, then electrical, then chemical. This is how a nerve impulse transport from one to another neuron. Look the amazing figure. You see in this image that this is a one neuron. It's connected with the another neuron, and the connection take place between axon terminal with dendrites. Okay, so it's a connection between the axon terminal and with dendrites, sometimes on cell body. Look the magnified version. So synapse, the little minute gap between two neuron, that is synapse. The portion presynaptic neuron is the first. Then there are some kind of chemical present inside axon button. So it's an axon button, or we can say axon terminal. It consists of many vesicles, small spherical sac-like structure. It holds some chemicals, and these chemicals are nothing but neurotransmitter. It's just a transmitter. It's a chemical messenger. It sends message from one neuron to another. The other part of the dendrite of another neuron is postsynaptic neuron, and postsynaptic neuron carries some kind of specialized receptor on its membrane. So receptors accept these neurotransmitter and signal will be conducted. Now look the another figure, like look how axon buttons connected with the dendrite of the second neuron. What is the depth version of this figure? So synaptic vesicles holds neurotransmitter, different kind of neurotransmitter brains make. These neurotransmitter release and pass these gap, and receptors bind with these neurotransmitter and the gate is open. Now, what happened at a synapse? Signal is transferred, yes. Come on, the nerve impulse, the message carrier. How nerve impulse transfer? So a nerve impulse is an electrical signal that travel along a neuron. It's allow rapid communication, yes. So either electrical and mechanical signaling, the electrical signaling is more fast as compared to chemical signaling. So rapid communication within the nervous system. So look how nerve impulse take place. First, dendrites receive signal, then signal generated, its flow towards the axon, then finally axon ending, then shift to the other neuron, dendrites. So it's neuron 2, and then it's a chemical. So what has happened here? This assume this is a one neuron 1, and it's another neuron. We say neuron 2. Electrical signal arise from neuron 1, and electrical signal will stop because there is a gap, and these gap called synapse. So, covering this gap, electrical signal converted into chemical signal, release of some neurotransmitter reached to the neuron number 2, then it's again converted into electrical signal. So this is how electrical converted into chemical, then chemical converted into electrical. What kind of signal is a nerve impulse? So, what kind? It's chemical, magnetic, electrical, or thermal. So, it's electrical. Neurotransmitter, the chemical messenger. So, we already talked about neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter, let's break the word neuro and transmitter. So, neuro, something related with neuron, transmitter which transmit information. So these are the specialized chemicals released through a neuron at the synapse. So it acts as a chemical messenger. They carry signal from one neuron to another. The example of the neurotransmitter, it's dopamine, happy hormone, serotonin, acetylcholine. These are the example of neurotransmitter. Look, the amazing figure. This is a axon ending. This is postsynaptic region, or we can say it's dendrite. And this is the purple thing is neurotransmitter. These things describe how electrical signal as well as chemical signal conducted from one neuron to the another. What is the role of neurotransmitter? It's help in transmit signal. So this is end for today. In our next class, we will deal with some another topic. Take care. Meet you again. Bye.